What the actual holy macaroni, let's talk about a first-person shooter that blew through my PC like a wrecking ball on MTV. Voidbreaker. It's a very fast-paced first-person shooter where literally the game Control meets Titanfall in a roguelike. It's an amazing mix that works like licorice sprinkle on ice cream, where you can pick up, throw, destroy and go bananas all to your advantage. With smooth movement, upgrades, bosses, secrets and an interesting story, it literally cooks on every single ingredient needed to go from zero to hero. And it's a crap ton of fun, set to release sometime in 2025, with a playtest that ran from the 10th to the 24th of April, featuring the first zone of the game. This game is unbelievably so developed by a solo developer. It's one of the most impressive solo projects that I have played, and I played a whole lot of them, trust me. It's the same solo developer that gave us the first-person puzzler, the Entropy Center. One of very few puzzle games I've actually finished, and it's a damn good one at that. Now, he seeks to bring us a masterpiece within his own passion, which is dynamic first-person shooters and roguelites. Don't let the word roguelite scare you off though, listen to what I have to say about this one first, capiche?
I'll do anything to get my freedom and my life back.
Let me start with the story of the game. The core of it, it's pretty simple. We're trapped in an endless sequence, trapped by the almighty, all-knowing hostile AI. You are its prisoner, and there is no way to get out of here. You're forced to fight, die, and repeat. Like we never heard that in a roguelike before. Or so the machine thinks. For you see, a mysterious voice, a former prisoner, gets a hold of you and might know a thing or two about how to escape this prison. Like we have never heard that either before. Yeah, no, it's not very original, but seriously, it's enough. The environments together with the story makes it feel somewhat unique, somewhat TRON meets Control, and I am so down for that. And it's all presented via in-game dialogues, fully voice acted with no AI disclaimers at all in the game. Pretty ironic seeing as the main protagonist is an AI, right? Right? Nah, seriously, the more human-made, the better. Now, the only time that this dialogue stops you, in the playtest at least, is in the tutorial. Other times, it simply appears as you're moving and doing whatever you want freely, not stopping you at all, which I know is important to some of you out there. Now, the best part of it all is that the story is actually interesting. The faceless voices, the emails, the environments themselves appeal to this 34-year-old bald teen brain very much, and it's presented in a way that doesn't feel overwhelming or too much. Now, the levels that we play in, yeehaw! Is what I'm going to say to that. The levels, they're simple, but yet so advanced. It's your standard go to this arena, clear off the enemies and be rewarded with currencies to use in the hub world or upgrades that last the run out. But the small arenas are surprisingly varied. Even though I only saw one biome in the playtest, each zone could very well be completely open or loaded with mountains, or why not office buildings, bridges, or all of the things combined, all of which can be destroyed, but not just for show, but for actual gameplay purposes, making them feel well thought out and fun to play. Some areas even contain procedurally generated secret areas, which is great because you can never experience the same secret twice, so you never know where to look.
Fragmented zones, glitches in the system. They're uncharted, unpredictable. You never know what lies behind those doors when they open. I've walked into hordes of endless enemies.
So what did I mean with the destruction actually having gameplay purposes? Well, let me put it like this. A staggered enemy is a good enemy. The only way to regain health or get specific types of ammo is from killing staggered enemies. Now you can stagger an enemy either by raining down debris from a building onto them or picking something up with what I like to call the control pool. All of the smaller props in the game can be picked up with a gravitational force and then hurled towards your enemies. If they then deal enough damage, they will enter staggered mode and turn green. And when they're green, you just kill them. Now this pool, it feels extremely advanced for a one-man game, as well as the destruction. It's even on a level that I honestly never really saw from a solo developed game before. It feels extremely well polished and it works great, even in the playtest. Now while the pull mechanic and the destruction are some of the highlights of the game, there is even more to it than that. Now movement wise we get a slide, a dash, sprint and a double jump. And I don't see myself all that often using all of these things in games that actually have them. But in this, I was flying around like an absolute madman on crack. The levels and enemies, they're simply designed in a way where it becomes fun to play around in the game in a way that feels natural and not forced. Overall the game is quite easy. I did finish the whole first zone on my second run in the playtest. But that said, I got into an insanely good flow and I learned the mechanics of the game very easily. Now let's touch a bit on the other mechanics of the game, because there is plenty of them. I'm going to try to put it as simple as I can, seeing as this is just a video based on my impressions of the playtest. But essentially, your weapon is your everything. All of your run upgrades goes into your weapon, and its mod slots. As you go in your run, you can temporarily unlock more and more mod slots for your weapon, and the mods that you can actually put in there can range from increased fire speed, quicker ADS, faster reload, and all that basic stuff that we have seen before. But then it can also alter your body movement, give you more air control, increase sprint speed and so on, all of the basic stuff that we have already seen before. And then comes the craziest part. Some mods can also completely alter the way that your weapon behaves, change its projectiles into bombs or snowflakes, hell even sparks of electricity. I doubt I've seen it all, but these can be combined with other mods and eventually create a weapon of motherflippin' mass destruction. But with that also comes my first criticism of the game. So the tutorial, it hands you everything that you need to know, but it only does it once. Seeing as there is a whole lot of things to remember, especially when it comes to the mods, there are things I don't even understand yet, because I forgot what the tutorial told me. Like adding finishers on what now? Storing the tutorial in the main menu or giving the items better descriptions is a very much needed feature in this game. Other than that, the mods, they were super fun to play around with, and it felt paced in a way that kept the fun going and going. So the weapons, they play a major role in the game, and whatever you pick to go into a run with is what you're stuck with, or at least in the playtest. It makes sense though, as you alter and change your gun so much as you progress, it never ends up feeling like the regular pistol you started off with. And in the playtest, I had one pistol to start with, then after my first run I unlocked a machine gun, and that was it weapon-wise for the playtest. Both of them though, they felt and looked amazing, and all of the alterations, mods, even sights and so on can be turned off and on in real time a la Crysis style. Oh yeah, I almost forgot, the special ammo that drops from killing staggered enemies are for these projectile changing mods. So say that you got a mod that changes your projectiles into grenades, well, that uses ammo that you can only get from staggered enemies. Now, to conclude this, I have a super good feeling about this game. The expectations, they are sky high after the playtest. The developers seem to know how to develop games, how to make details that matter, and most of all, to make engaging and fun gameplay. So, this is definitely a game to keep an eye out for. But most of all, remember to hit that like and subscribe if you want more FPS mayhem. And you already know this, but I will say it again. Papa Slim, he loves ya. Over and out.